All right. Yeah. I've sent you the link on WhatsApp in case you've gotten it or you've not gotten it.
Yeah, I've posted it on my WhatsApp status.
All right. Thanks. Good evening. How are you doing?
Fine.
All right. Let me quickly read your biography, and we you can take over the platform.
Okay.
Samuel Amucham is a reputable e-commerce and real estate consultant. He's also the MD and Chief Executive Officer of Amucham Nigeria Limited. So, you have the platform.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Um, my name is Samuel Amucham, as he has rightly said, and I do e-commerce business full time, and I do real estate. Um, we're just coming into real estate gradually, right? So I don't know how we can be able to be getting the reactions of the people online because I like to get the reactions of people if we're together. I don't know where it shows on this um
I
on this live section. Where will it be showing?
I can be displaying it here. For example, or social media comments displays here. Can you see that now? Okay, so basically I can display it here as we have comments.
Okay,
So
help me to display it.
no, I can display it here so you can just read it, or I can read it out to you.
Okay.
All right. So viewers, if you have any comment, just drop it under the a live stream session, like under the chat session, and then we are going to display it here, and our speakers can connect and communicate with you directly.
All right. So our topic is we're having just one person online. Is that correct? Yeah, moderator. Is that correct? We have one person online, right? Hello. Yeah, the moderator. We have one viewer online. I'm looking through the uh, YouTube channel. Yeah, please, can you talk to? I don't know if there's any platform. So we need more people online, right? Sorry, if you are currently watching, I want more people to come online because this is a very important section, and I wouldn't want a lot of people to come and miss out to what we're about to dish out. So, moderator, please kindly check. We only have one person online. Please kindly check. All right, we
Okay. Yeah.
have two
Sorry,
viewers.
I had network problem, so I have to rejoin.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get started, and people can join us as we progress.
All right. So it's nice to have you guys live. My name is Samuel Amucham. I've been into e-commerce business for over 10 years, and I've been able to build a reputable structure for my e-commerce business, and I've trained a lot of persons in the e-commerce industry who are doing very, very well in e-commerce business, right? So the topic we have is um, e-commerce business, right? E-commerce entrepreneurship, starting the right way, right? So I had to talk to the moderator to look into the topic because a lot of persons are very familiar with e-commerce business. A lot of persons hear e-commerce business, but most people don't really understand how e-commerce business work. Most people don't really understand the concept of e-commerce business. So I stood that let's make it starting the right way. So if you are currently in this live section, it's nice to have you. Starting e-commerce the right way. What do you need to know, right? What do you need to know to start e-commerce business the right way? Now, um, I would want us to um, deal in details a lot of factors that are not too they are not too popular out there. You might have been hearing about e-commerce, you might have been attending so many other sections about e-commerce, but you're going to be hearing some few things you've not probably heard before, right? So e-commerce business, it's very self-explanatory. The E you see at the beginning of the word e-commerce simply means electronic commerce, right? So electronic commerce simply means what? Digital commerce, selling online, right? The normal commerce is business, exchange of goods and services, right? In physical space, in the physical space. But this time around, we're talking about e-commerce, right? Meaning electronic commerce, buying and selling online. That's simply what e-commerce means, right? But a lot of persons misunderstand e-commerce from mini importation. A lot of persons try to misinterpret e-commerce from mini importation, from doing business online. So it is important you know that e-commerce business, it's a multi-billion naira, multi-billion dollars industry, right? E-commerce business is a business just like you have every other business. You have the oil and gas, you have the manufacturing, you have the steel and iron, you have the uh, mechanical, all of those plenty industries you know about. You have the real estate, right? It's the same thing is applicable to e-commerce, right? So when you get this understanding, you can now be able to paint a very good picture about the business you intend to come in. If you are not already in, you tend to what? Have a very big understanding about the business you are looking up to coming in. So please, I like to get reactions when I'm teaching, especially online. I'm seeing two persons. I like to get reactions, and moderator, I would like it to be displayed. Please, if you can hear me, kindly type. I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah, I like to have reaction when I'm teaching. I don't like to talk to myself. So I would like the reactions to be displayed. Yeah, so that I will know I
All right,
have people
noted.
that are with me.
All
Yeah,
right,
please,
sir.
if you are online, yeah, please
Please, if
kindly
you're
tell me
online,
I'm here.
kindly drop your favorite emoji,
Yeah,
fire,
just drop an
whatever.
emoji. I can hear you.
Let
I'm
us
with
know you
you.
are here with us for real,
Yes,
not as
yes.
ghosts.
So please kindly drop me an emoji, please. Okay, Mr. Ojele said, 100%. Okay, please, 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 please. Yes, yes. More of it, more of it. I want to see that we're together, please. I want to see that we're together. I'm currently looking at through the YouTube channel. Please, I want to see that we're together, please, 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 please. Kindly drop an emoji, right? I wouldn't want it to look as if I'm talking to myself. So please, I would like us to drop an emoji, right? Business World Africa. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. All right. So as I was saying, I said that e-commerce business, it's an industry on its own, right? A lot of persons look at e-commerce business like a side hustle. E-commerce business is not a side hustle, right? Let me wear my glass. E-commerce business is not a side hustle. E-commerce business is a multi-billion dollar industry, just like you have the likes of real estate, you have the likes of oil and gas, you have the rest of other businesses. E-commerce business is also a multi-billion dollar industry, right? Now, why I am saying this is because a lot of coaches don't teach these things. So a lot of people have this mentality of coming to learn e-commerce, right? Coming to learn e-commerce business like a hustle, like a side hustle. Let me sharply go and learn e-commerce to make 100,000. Let me sharply go and make let me sharply go and learn e-commerce business to make 1 million naira and just face my business. No, you are not going to do e-commerce business that way, right? Even if you have that mentality, I want to reframe your mentality. I want to restructure your mentality that e-commerce business is a multi-billion dollar industry, right? Now, I always say, I always teach, I always illustrate this, that whenever you want to go into any business, whenever you want to go into any industry, you have to study the people that are already in that industry, right? You are already into e-commerce, you want to invest your money into other businesses, right? You have to make research about the people in that industry. You want to go into telecom communication business, you have to study who are the people in this telecommunication business. Are they multi-billionaires in naira and in dollars, or they are just people making money, right? You need to study the people, you need to study the worth of the people in that industry before you venture into that industry. So now, well, let's do have an illustration of the people into the real, into the e-commerce business, right? Now, when you look at people like um, the Ali, the Jack Ma's of the China, the owner of Alibaba.com, 1688.com, and other multi-billion dollar e-commerce platforms. You see that e-commerce business is a multi-billion dollar industry. It has produced, it has thousands, and it has, when you check the world ranking of the richest people, out of the top 20, you're going to see about two people that are into e-commerce that top that chart. You have the likes of Jack Ma, one of the richest man in China, right? One of the richest man in the world. You have the likes of Elon Musk. What's his name? The owner of Amazon, right? His name is Jeff Bezos, right? He's into e-commerce. Now, he started with e-commerce business and he migrated into other models of business. So when you see these people, you now know that, okay, I'm actually in an industry where we have the richest people in the world, where we have the richest people from their continent, where we have richest people in the world. So it gives you a bigger picture that, okay, this industry I'm actually coming into is a multi-billion industry. This industry has produced millions of billionaires, produced millions of millionaires, both in naira, both in dollars, right? So you then know that this industry I'm coming into is not an industry to come and joke with. So by the time you understand it this way, you now get to understand that e-commerce is not what you come to do as a side hustle. Are we clear on this? Are we clear on this? Have you learned something at this point? Please drop me an emoji. I like emojis a lot. Please drop me an emoji. Have you learned something? Have you learned something in just these few seconds? Have you learned something? Please drop me an emoji. Yeah, drop me an emoji, please. Drop me an emoji. Drop me an emoji, please. Drop me an emoji, please. Yeah. An emoji. Please drop me an emoji, right? I wouldn't want us to be um I wouldn't want us to be I wouldn't want to be talking to myself. Please kindly drop me an emoji, right? All right. So like I was saying, e-commerce business is a multi-billion dollar industry. So you need to see it as it is, and you need to actually take it very serious. Mr. Ojele, I can see you. Yeah, nice one. I can see you there. So we'll move further. Now, you need to understand that I've said it before that e-commerce is just doing buying and selling online. That's what e-commerce is all about, right? So now, a lot of persons misinterpret e-commerce from mini importation. Sorry, a lot of persons misinterpret e-commerce from mini importation. A lot of persons, kind of mix them together. A lot of people don't understand the concept of e-commerce and mini importation. So they tend to mix the whole thing up, and they don't really get the meat about e-commerce business, right? When you mix e-commerce, mini importation, you are not going to get the real deal about e-commerce, right? So now I like to give a clear example, a clear differentiation between e-commerce and mini importation. They are two different things entirely, because I normally say this because a lot of people actually always mix these things together, right? A lot of people mix it together, they mix it up. So at the end of the day, they don't um sorry, the moderator is sending me a message. Sorry. There's no problem. There's no problem. Right? So a lot of persons misunderstand this thing. So that's why I'm taking my time. And if you look at the topic, e-commerce entrepreneurship starting the right way, that is why I'm taking my time to lay this foundation for you. You're not going to hear this, you're not going to learn this from anywhere. I am the only e-commerce coach in Africa that teaches e-commerce business this way, right? So you're not going to hear this anywhere. So please kindly take note of these things. Kindly get your notepad. Kindly get your notepad and take these informations very, very serious, right? So e-commerce business, it's a is an industry on its own. While inside the e-commerce business, you have other models of businesses inside it. E-commerce business is the bigger picture, while you have other children inside e-commerce. Now, mini importation is one of those children of e-commerce business. So don't think e-commerce, which one is e-commerce business, which one is mini importation, right? I'm giving you this explanation now. E-commerce business, it's e-commerce business is the bigger picture of the business model. When you talk about mini importation is a child giving birth by e-commerce business, right? Now, when you go into e-commerce business, when you talk about the children of e-commerce business, you have you have the children's like drop shipping. Drop shipping is also part of e-commerce business. There are people who do e-commerce business and the only thing they do is what? Drop shipping. The only thing they do is drop shipping. There are people who do e-commerce business, the only thing they do is mini importation, right? So e-commerce business bettered mini importation, drop shipping, um, and any other surrounding anything surrounding selling online, right? So the major ones we have is what mini importation and drop shipping, right? These are different types of businesses that are related to e-commerce business, right? Now, e-commerce business is wild, right? And it doesn't require you, it doesn't restrain you from, doesn't limit you from what? From mini importation. It doesn't restrain you from whatever um, model you want to go into, right? Sorry, let me. Right. So if you are just joining us, please kindly, if you are joining us or you have been with us, please kindly drop an emoji. Let me know if we're together. I can see some persons are online. Please kindly drop an emoji. So far, are you getting value? Are we together? Are you learning? Kindly type. I like to connect. Yeah, kindly type. Are you getting value so far? Because in my trainings, every in my training, every second, every word matters. Every word has an impact. So are you getting value? Are you getting value? Kindly drop me a comment. Kindly drop me a comment. Are you getting value? If you're just joining us, my name is Samuel Amucham. I am the pioneer of Afro e-commerce business. Afro e-commerce business. I am the person that started teaching Africans how to sell in other African countries without buying products, without having to know anybody in those countries, right? I am the pioneer of that concept. So if you are currently watching, that is Mr. Samuel Amucham you're hearing. Kindly drop me an emoji. I can see Mr. Martins Udo. I can see Morenikeji Justin, Ajoke Justin. I can see you there. Please kindly drop an emoji. Kindly drop an emoji. It motivates, it makes me to know that okay, I'm currently talking with people, right? This is an online class, and if you are not dropping emojis for me, I wouldn't know you are there, and I wouldn't want to be talking to myself. So please kindly drop me an emoji. I'm seeing some people waving there. Oh, kindly drop me, okay, which is better, having your own website or attaching popular e-commerce like Gmail. We've not got into that. We've not got into that, please. We've not got into that. Just keep your questions by the side. We're going to get to that, right? Just keep your questions by the side. We're going to throw and we're going to have an open section where you can ask your question. What I'm asking you to do now is drop me an emoji. So far, are you getting value from what I've said so far? Drop me an emoji, then we'll continue. Drop me an emoji. Drop me an emoji. Are you getting value? Let me know. Drop me an emoji. Let me know I'm not talking to myself. All right. So I can see some persons have dropped their emoji. I wouldn't know why it's difficult. Just drop an emoji, right? Just drop an emoji, right? So, like I said, it is very, very important you understand the difference between e-commerce business. You understand the different concepts about e-commerce business, right? We have the good to have you on LinkedIn. Good to have you on LinkedIn. I didn't get that. Do you mean am I on LinkedIn? Every question should be answered at the end of this class. So, e-commerce business is the father of every other kind of what internet, every type of selling online. So now we have the mini importation, right? Now there is difference between mini importation and e-commerce, right? Now e-commerce gave, I said it before, that e-commerce bettered mini importation. Now why? How? You can be doing e-commerce business, you can be doing mini importation without actually having to do e-commerce, right? You can do your mini importation without having to be an e-commerce preneur, right? Now let me explain it. You can import product from China, right? Sell it to your family members physically. That doesn't mean you are an e-commerce preneur. You are just a mini importer, right? You can have a shop where you sell babies' clothes and you import these babies' clothes from China and you sell them in your shop, right? It means you are doing mini importation. It doesn't automatically make you an e-commerce preneur. I don't know if you are getting the picture. So when you understand these things, it now paints a bigger picture for you to understand that e-commerce business is different from mini importation. Now, you can be doing e-commerce business without importing a single pin from anywhere, right? Mini importation simply means importing from other countries in smaller quantities, right? You can import from Ghana. Mini importation doesn't mean you must import from China. You can import. I have students that import from Niger. They import some very solid health product from Niger, right? So if you are doing mini importation, you must not come and sell online. You must not be a tech savvy for you to be doing what? For you to be selling your stuffs. You can use WhatsApp and do your business, right? So, but if you are talking about e-commerce business, you are definitely going to what? Be a tech savvy. You are definitely going to be using systems, automated system to sell your products. You're definitely going to be learning how to do a paid advertisement. You're definitely going to do a lot of work. So e-commerce business is a bigger picture of the system, right? Now you can be in e-commerce business without importing. You can have a product produced for you locally and you sell it online. You are into e-commerce. You mustn't do what? You must not import from anywhere. This year it's been I can count like twice that I just imported from China. I buy most of the things I sell from Nigeria here and I sell online, right? So I'm into what? E-commerce business, right? Drop shipping is also part of e-commerce business. It's also a branch in e-commerce business. Drop shipping is also a branch in e-commerce business, right? You can decide to be selling other people's products without buying them with your money, right? Like you can get a product, run an advert for it, target people in top tier countries like Canada, UK, and they pay you. You use their money and buy the product from China without seeing that product and selling it to the customers. That's drop shipping. A lot of people do it in Nigeria too, right? They drop ship other people's products. You see a very good product, they post it on their WhatsApp status, and they'll tell you that you pay first before they send it to you. That's drop shipping. That's local drop shipping. We have the international drop shipping, right? So now it's been divided into two: the local drop shipping and the international drop shipping. These are branches of e-commerce business, right? So you mustn't have to wait until you have millions of naira, until you have thousands of dollars before you go into e-commerce business. You can start with sourcing for local products in your environment. You see somebody that is doing something that looks unique in your environment. I could remember there was a time one of my friends was selling a stretch mark soap and cream that was produced in his streets. So he discovered this product is very, very effective and people patronize this woman a lot. He got the product from the woman, packaged it in a very good way, and started selling it online. That is e-commerce, right? So you mustn't have to import from China or from anywhere before you go into e-commerce business, right? So the topic remains e-commerce entrepreneurship, starting the right way. So I am giving you the basic foundation on how you can start your e-commerce business. Starting the right way implies you starting where you are right now. You can see a product on Jumia, get it at a cheap price, run an advert for it, right? You have an order for it, you order it from Jumia and tell Jumia to send it to the customer. That is local drop shipping, right? You can be in Nigeria and you sell other people's products in Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, and other African countries, right? That is international drop shipping as well. That is the one I generated. That is the one I was the pioneer of the Afro e-commerce business system, where you sell in other African countries without having to see the product, without having to get yourself involved in the process, right? So this is some of the small but mighty concept about these systems that a lot of us don't understand. So by the time you come for this kind of training, by the time you come to someone like me, I have to start from foundation. That is why the topic of the training is e-commerce entrepreneurship starting the right way. And you mustn't have to save thousands of dollars, thousands of naira to go into e-commerce business. With the idea, with the concept of what I've just shared with you, you see that you can be able to start e-commerce business where you are now. How? You can pick to start with what? Drop shipping, local drop shipping. Pick a product around your neighborhood, put it on your WhatsApp status, share it on Facebook, spam other people's comment section, right? And you get these things out there to make sales, right? You are doing e-commerce business, right? It might be on a low scale, but you're still doing e-commerce business, right? So let me know if we're together. Drop a comment. Drop a comment if you are getting value. Are you learning? Are you learning? Drop me a comment. Please, we have 8 people online, and I want everybody to drop a comment. Yes, everybody should drop a comment. If you are watching me live, drop a comment. Are you learning? Are you getting value? Kindly drop a comment. If you are not getting value, let me know. Kindly drop me a comment. Drop me a comment. Drop me a comment. Drop me. Are you getting value? Tell me if you are getting value. Insightpreneur. Drop me a comment. Drop me a comment. Drop me a comment. Drop me. All right, Mr. Moses, thank you. It's a value overload, business world, a trophy. Um, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. All right, so let's dive in. Let's dive in more. So I've given you a clear foundation on how this works out here, a rare understanding of how people see these things, right? When you have this big picture on how this thing works, you're definitely going to do what? You're definitely going to do exploits in the system, right? E-commerce business is very, very profitable, but you need to understand, right? You need to understand how the system works. If you don't understand proper how the system works, you're going to see it like a side hustle. And when you see e-commerce business like a side hustle, you're not going to get the best out of it. So when we talk about having the best, starting the right way in e-commerce business, you need to understand that e-commerce business has a lot of challenges. E-commerce business, if you must start the right way, you need to understand that e-commerce business has a lot of challenges, right? You don't go into a business without knowing its challenges, right? Its potentials and its challenges. It's only a foolish person that wants to go into a business without knowing its risk and its profit, right? So it is important we share the negative and the positive aspect of e-commerce. So let's start with the negative um, side of e-commerce business. Now, one, e-commerce business, it's quite complicated in this part of the world. E-commerce business is quite complicated in this part of the world, and one of the reasons is because of the payment on delivery system, right? Starting e-commerce entrepreneurship, starting the right way, right? So I work in line with that topic, right? You are starting the right way, teaching you to start the right way. If you have already started and you've mixed any of this step I'm giving you, learn it, write it down, and start working with it in this perspective, right? Your perspective towards e-commerce business is going to make or mar you. If you see e-commerce business like a side hustle, you're not going to go far, right? You're not going to go far. That's why I'm giving you this remodeling. So e-commerce business has its own challenges. One of them is what? Because of the payment on delivery system in Africa, e-commerce business is quite complicated, right? It's quite complicated because of the payment on delivery system. Payment on delivery system allows customers to get their goods and pay at the point of delivery, right? Nigeria has not gotten to that level where people pay unless you've started building a brand, right? Unless you started building a reputable brand where people know you very well, right? People know you very well. They can now trust you to pay you money before they receive their product. But the common strategy we use mostly in Nigeria for our e-commerce system is what? Payment on delivery. So that is a limitation is a hindrance. It's a what? Challenge to the what? E-commerce business in Africa. Now, another challenge in the e-commerce business is what? Advertising platforms. Advertising platforms, right? Advertising platform is another obstacle in the e-commerce industry, in the e-commerce business. Most of our advertising platforms, we don't own them, right? So there are policies that could mar your business, right? There are policies that will mar your business. So it is very, very important you have it in mind. If you have not started e-commerce business, you need to know that one of the challenges you're going to face is what? Advertising platform, right? Policies of advertising platforms are going to affect your business. I could remember there's a client, we're currently running advert for her. She's selling a product, a security product. And one of the challenges she's facing is that Facebook keeps on rejecting her advert, right? Until we studied her advert and we told her, you're not doing it the right way. We can help you do it the right way. And we did that and she started getting results, right? So e-commerce business has that challenge of advertising platform because if you want to make the big bucks in e-commerce business, you're going to advertise in platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and the rest of them. And these platforms are not yours. So you are definitely going to encounter challenges by the owners of these platforms, right? That's one of those challenges. Another challenge you're going to face is what? Logistics. You're going to face challenges with logistics, right? Nigeria has not grown to that level where our logistics system is very, very poor. Our logistics system is very, very poor. Hence, we devised the means of having the what we call the delivery agent system. The delivery agent system whereby you have people across the states, right? You have delivery agents across the states. When you go to developed countries like UK, Canada, and the rest of them, they use delivery companies owned by reputable brands like you have the DHL, the UPS, the EMS, right? Where the logistic is very simple. You order for something, they place these guys order. They inform them, they come pick up and deliver seamlessly, right? From the point of the supplier, from your own point to the straight to the customer. But here we have to move it to an agent, right? Before an agent moves it right to what? To the customer, right? Because of the payment on delivery and the logistic challenges in Nigeria. So logistics is a very, very big issue in e-commerce business, right? So it is another challenge in e-commerce business. So let me know if we're together. Are you getting value? Drop an emoji. I can see a lot of persons are watching live. Drop me an emoji. Tell me if you are getting value. Tell me if we are together. Tell me if I should continue or if I should stop. Tell me, give me an emoji. Give me an emoji. Give me an emoji. I like emojis. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. Are you getting value? Are you getting value? Are you getting value? Tell me if you are getting value. Yeah, I'm waiting for you guys. Tell me if you are getting value. Tell me if you are getting value. I want it to be interactive. Are you getting value? Are you learning? Are you hearing things you've not heard before? Kindly type, 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 type. I like interactive section. You guys are not responding. You guys are not dropping me emojis. Drop me emojis. Yeah, Mr. Ojele, he said, I'm getting to know new things about e-commerce, right? Yeah, drop me comments. That's the kind of comment I like to hear. Drop me your comments. Drop me your comments. Drop me your comments. You guys are not we're not interactive. The class is boring. We're not interactive. Drop me your comments so that I will know that the people I'm talking with they are together with me. I believe a lot of us are not. Probably a lot of people are just they just open their YouTube and they just zoom off, right? So it's not as interactive as I wanted it to be. So we're not going to go deep. I'm not going to go deep, deep. You guys are not interactive. Um, I don't like boring classes, right? I don't like boring classes. So I just told you the the challenges you're going to hit in e-commerce business, right? These are the challenges you're going to hit in the e-commerce business, right? So the advantage, the sweet part of the whole system is that e-commerce business is actually very simple to start. It's actually very easy to start when you compare it with the normal business out there, right? I know about a friend who launched a spa business in the heart of Abuja, and he has spent over 30 million naira to launch that place. And it's not up to a year, he has closed down the place, right? He has closed down the place. So e-commerce business can easily be started compared to the conventional offline business, right? You need to rent a shop, you need to get money, you need to buy things to stock your shop, you need to do, depending on the kind of business. Sorry, if it's something like restaurant business, you need to get a space, you need to get the things you'll be needing, the equipment, you need to get staff, get all of those things. But e-commerce business, you can start it with just your laptop, right? I started e-commerce business from school. While I was in school, that was when I started e-commerce business, right? And I was making money. When I came out of school, I was doing my e-commerce business in my house, in my room. I was doing my e-commerce business and I was doing very well until I rented an office, expanded, and started doing it in a bigger way, right? So e-commerce business, it's much, much easier to start, right? If you have the right mentorship, if you have the right guide, if you are serious, e-commerce business is actually much, much easier to actually what start. So that's one of the advantage of e-commerce. E-commerce business can be done from anywhere. I have a lot of persons who are currently out of the country, but they are still doing e-commerce business in Nigeria and outside other part of the world. So e-commerce business can be done remotely, right? It can be done remotely. E-commerce business can be scaled, right? E-commerce business can be scaled. You can make 500,000 naira this month, profit. Next month you make 1 million. Next month you make 1.5. The other month you make 3 million. So e-commerce business is scalable. It's a business you can scale. It's a business you can look at your numbers and you scale it, right? So e-commerce business is scalable, right? So it's a very good one. E-commerce business can be transferred from one person to the other. If you have structure like we're currently doing, e-commerce business is a very good model to is a very good business model to actually um, go into, right? So these are some of the major advantage of the e-commerce business that can actually motivate you, right, to want to venture into the business. So with this right information, you can now see that you have a foreknowledge of what you're going into, right? So now, if you are yet to go into e-commerce business, what should you do this night for you to be able to start? Well, I'm going to end in this note, right? I'm going to end in this note. So if you have any question, you drop, I'll answer you, right? If you are listening to me right now, there are different categories of persons listening to me. About three categories of persons listening to me. One of that category is, one, you have people that are already into e-commerce business, right? There are people watching me right now, they're already into e-commerce business. Probably they've heard the name and they feel, let me come and learn something new. The second group of persons in this live class are people who have heard about e-commerce business and they want to venture into e-commerce business. These are the second people in this live class. Now there are people who are in this live class who have done e-commerce business before and they've left, right? And they felt, okay, I think I will learn new thing from this guy. I think I'll be able to get a knowledge that will hit up my 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 drive, that will motivate me, right, to actually want to come back to e-commerce, right? So this is what I have for every of the categories of persons in this live class. So this is a take home for you. Number one, moderator, you can mute your mic. It's distracting me. The noise, the background from your this thing is distracting me. Right? So the category one, if you are into e-commerce business already and you are currently at the struggling stage, right? One of the things you need to do to get out of your struggling stage is, one, you have to go back to your drawing board and get your foundation right. If you are here listening to me, you're already into e-commerce, but you're struggling in your e-commerce business, I want to tell you that it's not everybody that is struggling in the e-commerce business. Yes, there are some days that are not as solid as there are not as good as the other days, right? But if you are struggling means your business is struggling. You barely make money, right? You barely make profits. So you can barely sustain your business. I want to tell you that e-commerce business still works. E-commerce business is still working. You have to go back to the drawing board and get your foundation right. A lot of persons have been training e-commerce, I've been teaching, I've been mentoring in e-commerce business for over 10 years now. So I've mentored a lot of persons in different categories, right? So that's why I'm talking to you now directly, right? So you have to go back to your drawing board and get your foundation right. A lot of you got a very bad foundation. So the point you are now, you are struggling to get over that challenge. You're struggling to get over that situation because you have a very bad foundation. So when you go back to the drawing board and get your foundation right, you are going to see that everything is going to work out fine. So we don't have much time for me to say a lot of plenty things and all of that. So just go back to your drawing board and ask yourself questions. right? Do I really have a mentor? Do I really have somebody I look up to? That's the right word. Do I actually have somebody that if I have a challenge now, I can run to the person and say, Chief, oh, this is a challenge I'm having. You are ahead of me. How should I solve this? What should I do? What should I not do? If you don't have such person, go back to the drawing board. Carry out research about people that are doing e-commerce business and are successful in it. Follow one of them, right? You could start with getting their free trainings. Follow them on YouTube, follow them on Facebook. Get their cheap materials, right? You might not have all the money to go for their premium materials. Go for their cheap materials, right? It is much, much easier for you to follow the step of somebody who has gotten to a place where you want to get to than you trying to create your own road, right? A trailer is driving through a bushy path. It's much, much easier for a small Toyota Corolla to follow that trailer behind and just be going jeje, 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 than that Toyota to be creating its own road. Simply put, get somebody that is doing well in the industry and follow that person, right? Follow the step of that person and you're definitely going to get it working again. Don't just give up and feel, no, e-commerce business is not for me. I've tried it more than 10 years, it did not work out. No, you are not doing something right, right? Go back to the drawing board. Now, if you are in the category of persons who are just coming, yeah, Mr. Ojele said, follow Uno road, follow Usabi road. Yeah, that's the language, right? Nobody is telling you to go and um, look for somebody that you pay hundreds of thousands or hundreds of millions to know. At least follow somebody that knows how this system works. Follow the person gradually, and like that, you climb to any level where the person is. You can even get to the level where you have a round table dinner with the person, stage by stage, right? The second persons are people who have heard about e-commerce business, heard that it's profitable, and they want to start e-commerce business. This is also for you, right? Get the right people, get your foundation right. Don't go and start wrongly and now start coming back to start learning afresh. No, start learning afresh now. Go and look for people who have valuable content for free. If you go to my Facebook um, profile on Facebook, my name is Amucham Samuel on Facebook. There's one that has over 32,000 followers. There's one that has over 6,000 followers. If you go to my Facebook, you're going to see free content about e-commerce business, free, right? You're going to also see paid versions, right? So go. You can also check me out on YouTube. I have some free content on YouTube, though I'm not consistent with YouTube. I'm more consistent on Facebook. The one that started with Amucham Samuel, I'm very consistent there. You are going to see free content, right? Follow other people that are following me that are also doing very well in e-commerce, right? Start with the right foundation, right? Don't go and randomly start watching videos on YouTube, following anybody. I'm not saying it's bad, but have somebody you look up to and start that way, right? And don't try to complicate things. You can start the level you are now. I gave you a lot of instances where I told you you can start by drop shipping other people's products. So you don't need all of that plenty money. You have a laptop, in fact, you have a phone. You can start doing the small one you could with your phone. Get somebody that is selling something that is working, post it on people's comments. Go to Sabinu's skits, post about that product on his comment section. Put your WhatsApp number. People are going to chat you. People are going to buy from you. I've bought something through one comedian's comment section. Go to popular people. Go to Tunde Nor's Facebook, Instagram posts. Look for all those comments. Go to Instablog that you will see a comment. You see a post that has 11,000 comments. Go there and drop your comments of your product more than 500 times. Somebody's going to buy from you, right? I am giving you powerful tips. You can start that way and you start making money and you start saving and you start going into importation and start going into buying in large quantity, right? Get it right. Don't go and start looking for shortcuts. Get it right, right? If you are in the category of persons who has run away and came back, right? You also have the same advice, right? Get it right this time around, right? So I believe with this few point of mine, I have been able to give you a very brief roadmap on how you can start your e-commerce business the right way, right? How you can start your e-commerce business the right way. One of the most important things that will make you successful in e-commerce business is creativity. You have to be very, very creative, right? If you are a dull person, if you are not a creative person, if you don't want to be a creative person, you can never be successful in e-commerce. I'm giving you this secret. If you are not creative, you can never be successful in e-commerce business. That is why you need to follow people that are creative, learn from their creativity, and you will become 100% good in e-commerce. It's not rocket science. E-commerce business secret is just that creativity is just what you need. Creativity, and for you to master few things like graphics. There are few things you must know if you want to succeed in e-commerce business. One of them is graphics, one of them is video editing, one of them is videos, one of them is copywriting, right? If you don't know these things, go back to your drawing board and start learning about these things. You must be good. I'm not saying you must be 100% good in these things, but I'm saying you must be good in these things. Graphics design, videos, video editing or videography or whatever, however you call it, copywriting, right? If you are not doing well in your e-commerce business, look back and ask yourself question about these things I've just said. And if you are not good in these things, go back to your drawing board and make sure you are good in these things, and your e-commerce business is definitely going to pick up, right? So my name is Samuel Amucham. I am the pioneer of Afro e-commerce business in Africa. I am the person that started teaching people how you can stay in Nigeria, sell in Ghana without being to Ghana. I've never been to Ghana. I've been selling in Ghana for the past 5 years now. Sell in Kenya, sell in Tanzania, sell in Cameroon, in any African country. You don't have to be there. You don't have to buy products. You don't have to follow up. You don't have to just do much. You're going to just learn how to get things started, and you stay in Nigeria and you make money in these countries. I was the pioneer of that business model in Africa, right? My name is Samuel Amucham. So if you have any question, kindly ask as we've come to the end of this 1 hour class. So if you have any question, please kindly drop it. Moderator, over to you.
All right. Thank you very much for the insightful session. And apology for the interruption the other time. I practically been using two router, MTN with Airtel, and then the two of them decided to uh, for my hand. So yeah, we can quickly jump to the question and answer session. And before we entertain questions from the viewers, I there are a couple of questions that I would like you to probably elaborate on. Probably we start from the people that you feel like they can follow, because there are loads of crowd of people out there that call themselves e-commerce jagaban, e-commerce gurus, and then you can probably help us with probably names of few people that you feel are worthy of following for you, and maybe depending on the kind of e-commerce venture that individual want to venture into. Just like you said, maybe it is dropshipping, maybe it is maybe you are going to international level, maybe you are just selling what.
Okay. My Facebook, my very active Facebook is Amucham Samuel. That you're going to see my logo there, the one that has my logo, Samuel Amucham, right? It has 5.9K followers, right? So I've exceeded my request. You can't send me a request, just follow me, right? That's very active, my very active page. I have Samuel Amucham, my page. That one has about 30 something thousand followers. I'm not always very active there. So, but I'm going to be active there very soon. My YouTube, you can check me out on YouTube, Samuel Amucham. I have some content I've done long ago, right? So when you talk about e-commerce business in Nigeria, there are people that I can as well. I know their track record. I know they are close to me. I know what they can be able to do. You can check out Friday Williams on Facebook. You can check out Friday Williams on Facebook. Friday Williams is sitting on he has his wife's DP on his profile, and then he has himself sitting down with a green top, the green shirt there. Friday Williams is also good at what he does. You have Rabiu, Mohammed Rabiu Dago. He's one of my mentees. He's one of my very good mentees. Mohammed Rabiu Dago with a black and white picture with a native there. You can follow him. He's also good at what he does. You have the likes of Mr. Damilola, Mr. Damilola Sunday, Ijiyoku Damilola Sunday is one of my mentees. You can also follow him. He currently has a course he currently has a course, a training in e-commerce for newbies. You can also follow him. Some of these people, you might get trainings from them at a lesser price, right? There are people that have trained and I know what they can be able to do. Personally, me, my one-on-one training is 500,000. My one-on-one mentorship is 500,000. We have the Afro e-commerce training is a 50,000. The one that will teach you how to start selling in other African countries without having to go there, without having to import product and all of that is 50,000 naira. But by tomorrow, we're starting a 50% discount, right? For Black Friday. I've not done Black Friday this year. So by tomorrow, I'll be starting that. So instead of 50,000, it will be going for 25,000 as from tomorrow, right? We have a platform. So we're going to split. Currently now is for 50. So by tomorrow, we're going to reduce the prices so that anybody that is interested could gain access to it. We have we have a training on if you're already doing e-commerce business. We have a training that can teach you how to scale your e-commerce business to making at least 10 million naira sales in a month. So that course is currently going for 150,000 naira. So by tomorrow, it's going to drop to 75,000 naira, right? So my one-on-one, if you want to see me one-on-one, either online or you're coming to my office, is 500,000, right? So, but we're going to reduce that to 250,000 naira. But I'm not having any training, one-on-one training for this year till January. So you can take advantage of that offer, pay, but you attend the training in January. So, but if you follow these guys and you find any of them selling any training, subscribe to it. I can 100% guarantee that they know what they are doing.
All right, thank you very much for that. Which platform can they get the courses and the program that you listed now?
All right. If you follow me on Facebook, that's Amucham Samuel, right? Follow me on Facebook. By tomorrow, I'm going to drop the link. So if I drop the link now, it's going to show you the current prices I just mentioned: 500,000, 150,000, and 50,000. So, but by tomorrow, I'm going to drop the link, the Black Friday link, where you can get it. I'm going to send the link to you. You see that it's currently going for these prices I just mentioned. But by tomorrow, when you check the link, which I'll be making the official post, you're going to see that the prices has been slashed, right? The prices has been slashed down to 50%.
All right, that's lovely. Also, yeah, you were going to walk us through how you got started with e-commerce. Yeah, when you were talking about the category of people that were listening to you, I have had a kind of a walk in the park with e-commerce once, but practically left it. Quite a lot of things on the table. And but I am kind of curious about your journey. You say you started in school, and I hope probably you can give us more insight in how you go to get started, or probably the kind of product that you got started with, and probably you experienced the challenges and how you navigated it.
Okay, I actually started e-commerce business by mini importation, right? So I attended my first internet training in 2008. I was in Anambra State, Oka to be precise. I was staying with my brother for some time, preparing for my jam, right? In 2008, when I had a radio program that was announcing that was that was announcing a training in Oka in Asaba, Delta State, on how to print recharge card, how to do sport betting, how to do information marketing, and all of these things. So I was in Oka when I was hearing the advert. So I decided to attend the 2 days training. I think it was 15,000 naira then. I mean 7,000. I can't really remember. So I traveled from Oka to Asaba for 2 days where I attended this training. So after the training, I was taught a lot of things. Mini importation, no, I wasn't taught mini position then. I was just taught how to print recharge card, how to do information marketing, sport betting, what else again? Affiliate marketing. So our boss told us that uh, one of the things that that you should do when you go back is to pick one particular one and actually start with that one. Sorry, I'm kind of distracted. I'm trying to send you the link, so probably you share it. So I've shared you the link. When you check, you see the prices. So I decided to pick interest in information marketing and blogging here. We also taught blogging, right? So we're also taught blogging in that particular 2 days seminar. So I picked blogging and information marketing. So then laptop was very expensive. 2008, you could remember 2008. That was the year Linda Ikeji started blogging. 2008 was the year I attended my first internet seminar. So after that class, my major challenge was laptop. I didn't have laptop, right? And to buy laptop then is a big money. It's too much, right? So I didn't just know how to start. So I was just interested in this. So there was a friend of mine that owns a computer center. So I most times goes there to use their computer center, their computers, his desktop systems to do one or two, go to cyber cafes to learn, do all those, practice all of those things. So as time goes on, I I had a friend who needed money, right? He needed quick loan about 15,000 naira, and he had a laptop. So he gave me his laptop and said I should borrow him 15,000 naira. So I gave him the 15,000 naira. He gave me the laptop. He said when he pays me back the money, he's going to collect the laptop. So I traveled down to Abuja with the laptop. Then I was in Imo State, or to be precise, when we did that transaction. So I traveled down to Abuja and I was managing that laptop to be doing my internet stuffs. I tried blogging, it didn't work out for me. I wasn't making money, so I had to stop. I tried information marketing and I started making money, right? I started selling my first information product, which was how to connect your BlackBerry, how to convert your BlackBerry subscription to be used on your system and on your Android phone. So I was selling that information for 1,000 naira. So I was doing what I have just told you guys. So anything I tell you, I have done it. I don't teach what I've not done. So I was spamming on people's comments. I was spamming on people's Facebook groups. I'll just go to Facebook group and I'll be dropping comment, uh, learn how to convert your learn how to convert your Android subscription to use on your system, because then subscription was very expensive around 2011, 2010, all those period. Subscription was very expensive. I could remember buying 200 MB for 1,000 naira then. So subscriptions were very expensive. So people were looking for cheap subscription. So I started promoting that stuff. So every day I was making like 3,000, 5,000, 2,000. So like that, with other hustle, I was getting money, and I was rooting to get laptops. And like that, I started hearing about mini importation. Then I started buying some courses online. I started watching YouTube videos. I started importing from China, right? So while I was in school, I started importing wristwatch for women. Now, one of the things I imported that period was selfie stick. If you remember selfie stick, I was among the first guys in Nigeria that imported selfie stick, right? So then I was in school, Federal Polytechnic, Bida. So I was importing that selfie stick and I was giving it to my classmates to be selling. When you sell, I give you commission. When you sell, I give you commission. Like that, I was gathering money, right? So before you knew it, I started importing other stuffs. One of my breakthrough was importing stretch mark cream, the product that is called Pass Gel. It was one of my breakthrough, right? So with that product, I made a lot of money. I was reinvesting, I was saving, I was reinvesting. So my next big breakthrough was after my school. I went seriously into e-commerce business, and the product that blew me up was men's health, selling manpower on Facebook, right? So with that, I blew up, and I started teaching a lot of people how to, sell with Facebook ads. A lot of people that were struggling, I started teaching them how to run Facebook and get results. And from there, I became quite popular on Facebook, right? So from there, a lot of people started knowing me, started recommending me to trainings like this and a lot of other platforms. And here we are doing big things. We have an e-commerce business empire right now where we have over 10 staff, right? We have over 10 staff. We have a structure where the business runs without my presence, right? So that's where we are currently. We sell in other African countries. We sell it in Ghana, we sell in Kenya, we sell in Tanzania, Uganda, and other African countries. Right. I hope that's good enough.
All right, yeah, thank you. Your story is very inspiring. I wish I have met you earlier. Maybe I would not have given up on my e-commerce dream then. Uh, we have a question from Ojeleye. He asked,
Yeah.
which is better for starters, launching your own e-commerce website or attaching or having an account with popular e-commerce website like Jumia?
No, 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 no. You don't need to have an e-commerce platform like Jumia, right? What you just need is a one page, what we call a sales page. What
I,
you
I,
need
I,
is
I
a
I think I think what he is asking is, there are traders
yeah,
that sell on Jumia, people that sell on Konga. I don't know, maybe Konga on that particular program, but Jumia, for example, do people that sell on that platforms are independent sellers, and then
yes,
they
yes,
particularly sell on Jumia. I think
yes.
so.
That platform is dead, right? It's dead because Jumia and these guys they spoiled the whole system. So before you could just import your stuff from China and list it on Jumia, and people come and buy. I have friends who were doing it and they were making a lot of sales. You could get it cheaper somewhere in the market and also put it there and sell. So what happened was that Jumia went and started doing drop shipping, right? So when you go to Jumia, you see what they call Jumia Global. So Jumia will go and bring this mouse from China and they'll put it on the same platform, right? And they will tell their customers that when you buy it will come from China. So it's always very, very cheap. So people prefer to go and buy the one that is from China rather than the one that is local. So when you go to Jumia and you see anything that they say Jumia Global, it means that product is coming from China. That's Jumia is indirectly doing drop shipping with China suppliers. So that killed that particular strategy on selling on Jumia, right? But I know probably there are still people that are doing it, but it is not as effective as it used to be. So if there are people, I had friends who totally stopped selling on Jumia because of the poor sales and all of that, because of the competition that they brought. So if that is what it means, um, you could check out if there are guys that are doing it and they are currently doing very well. I said there are different ways of doing this thing. There are people that are selling on Amazon, right? They buy from China and they sell on Amazon. While there are people that sell in other European countries, Asian countries by importing from by drop shipping. So there are different ways. So you have to go and look if it's you selling on Jumia now. Me, I'm not good at that. So you have to go and look for somebody that is currently doing that and is getting results. But from the experience of my close friends who were doing it, that particular system was dead. Yeah, I said my question was answered. I believe that was answered.
Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, sorry, I was muted. I was not aware. Thank you very much for the answer. I think that's detailed enough. Yeah, we have 15 minutes left, or let's say 30 minutes left. So if you have a question, if you are still with us and you have any question, kindly just drop it in the comments section. And if you do not have any, then it will be fine if we end this session. But Mr. Samuel, is there anything that you would like to share, probably in addition to what you've discussed before? Well, normally your session has been power filled already.
Yeah, I'll have to react to questions.
Okay, so you were trying to talk about the challenges that people face when it comes to doing e-commerce in Nigeria, and it's not even limited to e-commerce. Even paying for this streaming platform that we are currently using, I needed to use a dollar card. I mean, to run to because it's a dollar subscription package. So you may want to help people that are perhaps having problem with probably funding their Facebook accounts if that is what they are using for advertisement. Yeah, I think we also had similar problem when we wanted to fund our Facebook account to promote this program. So yeah, you can probably walk us through how you navigate through those challenges.
Okay, that one is currently being solved by the PayU system because initially you have to start looking for dollar cards or international card or cards that are accept international transactions like Payoneer, PayPal, and the rest of them, or a Nigerian card, Mastercard that accepts that is has a international transaction corporation. So, but now with the PayU stuff, is now much easier. So you don't need any. Just have, for instance, an Access Bank Mastercard works for PayU, right? So if you are creating your Facebook account, don't go for the dollar option. Just go for the naira option, the pay as you go, the prepaid, right? If you are going for postpaid, I think it could either be dollar or naira there, but it's been long. I checked that, but it's best to just go for the prepaid, the one you pay before you run ad, right? So that one is best. Just fund whatever amount you want to spend, and the money will be there as it's running. Once the money finish, your ad stops. So that one is the simplest way now to use Facebook payment system to avoid all those getting a card that PayPal, Payoneer, or Provido's bank card that accept dollar and all of those plenty stress. Just go for the naira option, and that aspect is much easier right now.
Okay, thank you. Although I may probably can add this, or you may need to add this. The pay system has its own challenge because normally, for example, let's say you encounter something we call Facebook ban, and then you already added money, you will not be able to withdraw your money. I think except if probably they've changed that, as at the last time I used the platform, then I made the channel of payment that way, like that. So yeah, that is that, and yeah, maybe I should chip this in. Which advertisement platform do you find most effective?
Facebook is very very effective. Instagram is very very effective, and also YouTube um, ad is also very very effective. So as a starter, you can look for one and master. Me, I'm very good with Facebook ads. Most times I'll source my Google ads, that's the YouTube ads. Then Instagram ads is also more of like Facebook ads. So most times we link the both of them together. So they are all effective. Even some people will tell you that influencing is very very effective. There are people that don't run ads, they don't run Facebook, they don't run TikTok, they don't run audio, they just do influencing. So, but it depends on it's on levels. As a starter, start with Facebook. It's very easy. Facebook, Instagram is much easy. Then as you go on, you can start going into YouTube, right? As a starter, go with Facebook. It's much
All right.
easier. With the experience you gain from there, you go into YouTube and the rest of it.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for your time. And if you have any other questions, you can reach out to Samuel Amucham via any
Yeah,
of the streaming platforms that he
social
has
media platform.
provided, and then he will do well to give you further response. And then you can also connect You can try to connect with any of our channels and then we can link you up if that is the best option for you. Mr. Samuel, thank you very much for the Power Fuel session. It is a really great pleasure having you here.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you. Good night.
All right.